Well, it's been a minute since I've been on air here at SSPTV News. I know I've done some voiceover work over the last year or so, but it feels so great to be back on air, especially talking about today's event. I'm talking about the Pittston Tomato Festival. It runs August 19th through August 22nd in downtown Pittston. And here to talk to us about the festival is Pittston City Mayor Michael Lombardo. Mayor Lombardo, thank you so much for joining us here today. And how's it feel as we get down to crunch time here? I know you guys are getting over those final hurdles as we come to the festival.
Well, it feels great. First and foremost, thanks very much. We really appreciate this has sort of been a tradition that was broken last year, my talking to you. We're still not back in the parking lot, but we'll get there. But it feels really good to be back, you know. So for me, I've done the festival. It's been since I started in office 23 years ago. So, you know, it was a very strange thing last year not having the festival, and, you know, certainly a lot of other challenging things that preempted the festival and are certainly at the end of the day more important. But, you know, it's something that every year we mark our calendars with, and it takes a lot of preparation and getting ready for, and that's where we are now. We're in the home stretch.
For everyone that's going to be heading out to this event, and especially for people that in this Hazleton area that's viewing this right now in southern Luzerne County that may not be too familiar with the Tomato Festival, tell them what to expect if they were to make the trip down this year.
For those of you who haven't been here, it's 4 great days of fun. I should really say 3.5, because we start Thursday at about 5-ish, and opening ceremonies kick up at 6. All 4 days, there's a ton of great musical acts to perform. There's a lot of different events. We have a tomato judging contest. We have a small Little Miss and Mr. Tomato pageant. And there's tons of vendors with great food. It's just 4 really good days. And, you know, for us in the city, it's a great way for us to celebrate, another year and the progress we've made. But really, for me, it's been about celebrating us getting back together. And that's what the festival is great about every year. I mean, people mark their calendars, and if you come to the festival or spend any time there, you'll realize that some people plan class reunions around the festival. It gives them an event to do. There are a couple different things this year I'll add before you ask me. I would call it a little bit of a conservative year. So we're not doing the fight this year because we want to be very careful, and, we're still cautious, particularly with, a little bit of an uptick in this new strain of COVID. We want to be careful in touching tomatoes and throwing things and the whole contact thing. I want to be careful with that. And then the other thing we were careful with is the children's, those slide kind of and bouncy kind of house rides.
While we talked a lot about the great events going on, we do have to also bring up some of the fundraising efforts. Of course, every year the beer tent is a lot of fun just to hang out with, be with other people, hanging out, having a few drinks while listening to great music. But it all goes for a great cause. What are the fundraising efforts that's going on in the beer tent this year?
So I'm not sure what they've identified this year, but they always do great philanthropic things. I'm always proud of the firemen in the beer tent because every year they find 1 or 2 great causes to get behind and really support. Whether it's someone who's lost their home and all their resources to a fire, or someone that's battling some type of health condition and this extraordinary medical bills. They're all great stories like that. Somebody needs a transplant. The fire company and the beer tent has been a huge staple of the festival, for a quarter of a century. And they've always done great things with it.
And now as we start to wrap things up here, we have to just bring up the food quickly. I know I was looking forward going to Sabatelli's, getting a sandwich, all the Italian meats on it. Valenti's has great sandwiches I always make sure to get. Callahan's, their chicken pesto is amazing. I mean, you really can't go wrong whenever you're down at the Tomato Festival. You have anywhere that you make sure you have to hit up when you're at the festival?
All of the above. You hit some of my favorites. There's just little traditional things we do. I even like, to go to the standard Nico's Pizza. Callahan's certainly, Sabatelli's. So as much as I like to see that people who come to the festival, I also like to see our vendors. It's nice to see them back, and they all had it very rough last year. So I asked you to make an extra special effort to come out, work out the week or two before, plan on running the 5K on Saturday, and you can eat a little more than you normally do.
Well, there you guys have it. Again, the big event goes down August 19th through August 22nd, right in downtown Pittston. So we hope to see you all there. Remember to come hungry and enjoy. It's a great event. We hope to see you there in the city of Pittston.